Alright, I got all 4 of these bolts tight. Trying to move smoothly. So the end play for this one, I take a small radius cut screwdriver that's custom made. Goes inside the hole, you cock it, and you pull back and forth. Hear it?
Yeah.
See it? See the shaft moving? So anyway, it's got in play. And then our main shaft over here, and this is nice and free. And see how much in play it has here. And the other way is this way. That's how much more it has that way.
Mm-hmm.
And the difference is over here, I'm either pulling on this or pushing on this. So always figure it's going to be compressed that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's your minimum clearance. And see, we have some in there. Not a lot, but a little bit. Now on an early bike, the clutch pushes that way, so you got this much clearance.
Mm-hmm.
But if the chain's putting a drag on it and shoving it this way, you want to make sure it doesn't lock it up. So when you push that way, we have some in clear this way. Now on a 71 later bike, the clutch mechanism in the primary cover, it always pushes this way hard. So if you don't have this clearance under a compression load, it will burn up that thrust washer in a heartbeat. And that's some of the problems we have in a lot of these trannies. Okay, this one's nice and loose, which is how we want it, because we had it set up before. Now I just want to make sure it shifts through still. Basically, the only thing we did, we tightened up the, it doesn't matter on this one, we tightened up the shift fork on that low second gear. It's actually low in third, but... Okay, I want to make sure it shifts here. So, this is backward shifting, so up is low. Nope. There it goes. How to get dogs lined up. Okay, so that's our low gear, spins freely. That would be second, third, fourth. You don't have 5.
I know what happened to it. Did you forget to put it in?
No, I forgot I left it out.
It's extra.
You didn't pay your bill last week. So there's that one, second, should be low, and back in the neutral. Okay, so everything shifts like it should be, so that's all working good. So I'm going to go ahead and put the seal over here, and we also got to put the little oil thing here. This is an oil cup. Oil collects inside that dirty hole in there that you didn't clean for shit, and then it pukes oil down the shaft and lubricates that low gear bushing on the far side. So guess what your job is? Go clean that. So take a nasty screwdriver, stick it in the hole and clean it up. Not that one though. It's over there. Okay, hole's all clean, see? Did a good job finally. Okay, this goes straight up and down so it catches the oil. See how nice and tight that is? It's almost like it wants to fall out. So a little bit of this capillary action Loctite on here to seal up the gap. Lubricant. Just knock it under your steel hammer. That should be in there pretty good. Okay, now we move on to the other side. We have a big oil leak right here. You know why?
Because the, whatchamacallit gear thing, that thing.
You mean the speedometer drive gear?
It's not.
It's not plugging the hole up yet? So you think this might be the issue?
Possibly.
This in the hole? Good call. Now they have a nice flimsy gasket that goes on here that when you tighten it down nice and snug, splits open.
Oh. Pay extra for that, right?
Yeah. So I just eliminate the gasket, I don't have to worry about it splitting. Just make sure I put a good layer of goop right in here, see? So I try not to put on the threads, I just try to get on everything else. Clean me.
Here's your,
My clean rag?
yeah.
It was clean once. Okay, now this should just slip right in there. And this should keep turning. So far it is. Now if this locks up, we have a problem. I got dirty. I get dirty in everything I touch. Put in my wrench. Still rotates. Good stuff. Okay, is that tight?
Yeah, maybe a little.
I had to clean my wrench. Got dirty. That was my spark plug wrench. We seem to have a little extra goop over here. Just wipe it down on this clean rag. We gotta keep it off the threads because we have to put our speedometer drive over there, cable. Alright, that one's in. Now you put this seal for your sprocket over here. That'll be this thing.
Is it flat?
I gotta flatten a little bit. Yep.
You're gonna flatten it?
I'm gonna beat on it, yeah, that's correct. So use a square side bench, not the round side. So I put a slight angle like that to it. Use a nice smooth face hammer help. Okay, so now it's got a fairly flat to a slight dish to it. Our seal's another new seal that we already put in there, so it's good. For now. Okay, now we were having a problem with these things splitting like crazy last time, remember?
Yeah.
Piles of crap. Paper's not strong enough. So I'm going to go ahead and pretend it's an old style gasket. Which means we're going to goop it up. Remember how to use this?
Yeah.
Did you forget already?
Put a shit ton all over it. Make sure it's really, really thick so it squirts out in all the orifices.
Goes in the bearings?
Because we don't need those.
Seals the bearings up?
Yeah.
Perfect. You remembered. Look at that. Custom. Now you do realize we don't have to put the gasket in if we put the goop in here. But if you do have the gasket in there and it splits, it will leak. You get gooey all over fingers this one. Uh-oh. There we go. Squish, squish, look at that. Get gooey again. This time I get all my fingertips. All kinds of good stuff. Look how it's sliding downhill. Squish it back up in there. Wiggle around a little bit, make sure that it's got a good layer of sealer everywhere. Screws right over here. See how those already all laid out for you?
Yeah.
Pretty good, huh?
Mm-hmm. That's what I would have done.
Yeah, I know. I didn't want you to work too hard, that's why I did it. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
this leaks, it'll make a big mess on the ground. Is the gasket going to make it, you think?
Better. Look at that, you got washers and everything.
Okay, we're only going to put light torque on it. It's got goop on it, doesn't have to have a lot of torque on it. Okay. So far it didn't break yet. See, it didn't have any goop come out of there?
Mm-hmm.
Not a good sign. It's got goop under there now. You got goop under there? Probably does. Okay, it's on there. Where's our sprocket? In the box. What do you got for a nut? Probably a fancy nut with a sealant and everything, I bet. Ooh, look at that thing. So we can't put that on right now. Gotta wait until the bike goes together. Got a shift shaft too. Alright, I think I'll leave that stuff out for now. It just puts more weight. So I think we're done for tonight.
Right.
Tomorrow, we're going to go through all those oil pumps and pick out the one we're going to use.
Nice.
So we're done for now.